Okay, guys, this is an unedited trail that was started with Charles King, and then later on I took over for a little bit towards the end of the trail. It's unedited, double-blind trail on a very, very hot day with a high heat index. We've got some great distractions and great examples of what wind-blown scent near roadways and intersections can do. So enjoy.
Okay, you want to go ahead and get him up there? Oh, see how he's detecting the article? God, he's a good looking dog. I love their heads.
They're like bloodhounds with their legs chopped off a little bit.
Okay, he's got all that lead hanging behind you. That's a bad habit, okay? Especially in the city, because they have a tendency to get stuck on tires and other things. Okay, right now he's processing all the odor because Tara was here, your subject was here, and now he just detected the article. So get him up there, search command. Let him have all that lead. Just relax. I may have to take it out of his mouth. That's okay. There you go. Nice job of waiting back until he acquired the trail. That was really good. Is he coming back?
Nope.
He's hearing that noise. Tell him to leave it and get to work.
Leave it, get to work.
Come on. Grab that leash on the other side. He's ran out of odor. So come on, bring him back out here. Problem is he followed odor in and then he heard that noise. I don't know what that sound is. Did you hear that?
A knocking sound?
It's almost like a clopping horse. Leave that. Get to work, buddy. There's something in there. He didn't go in the woods, right?
Nothing like that.
Oh yeah, it's just odor. Never mind. I thought it was that noise again. Problem is you got a big depression right down there. So you got a lot of odor that's probably sucking down there in that coolness. Ooh, he just got another thing. Look at it, he's wagging his tail too. I think it's wind scent coming in because the wind's coming right in our face. And so I think he's getting bits and pieces of wind blowing back on the trail. Because you see how he just wagged his tail? Another wind scent. You see that? Another wind scent. Okay, we need to remember this spot because this wind scent could have dragged him off the trail. Watch him, give him all the lead. Get behind him. See that? Contact odor. He touched the brush. Look how he's wagging his tail. He must have hit that good. Okay, I would suggest you drop that and run around the other side and grab it. He just followed wind-blown odor that went down in there. I'd venture to say your subject went around this. Yeah. Okay, something happened here. Bad place for that lead to go underneath the nuts. Sometimes they walk out of it pretty easily. Okay, so you may have your turn right around here, so don't decide where to go. You need to let him try to figure it out. He's trying to find your trail. This might be where your road crossing is. When he comes back, grab the leash. This is kind of a dead end in here, so you're going to have to pay really close attention. Oh, wait, maybe not. Just drop it, grab it. There you go, good job.
That tail.
I think you had a road crossing around here somewhere, because all this zigzagging, plus he's getting air sense on the wind. Look at this. Just drop it, he's coming out here. Okay, remember where all this started was right back here. That might be a road crossing, and this may be all wind-blown scent that he's following. I'm not saying for... Dad, watch your dog. Don't worry about your fingers. Get that lead picked up behind you and don't get so close to him. Here's the space to let him have that leash. I don't know, that still looks kind of like track to me. Yeah, I bet you that's still track. He's following some wind-blown odor. See how that head's starting to come up? Oh, got another wag of the tail. Watch him. See how that head's up? You have to pay good attention to this because this may be the end of it. And see how that tail's dropping? That could be a critter. Leave that, get to work. Leave it! I need you to fix that lead around his shoulder. And then I just want you to stand still and don't move. I want to watch his behavior. He's got wind-blown odor. But I think just judging by how he worked that road, how he followed the edge down here, that your crossing is up here. follow him. I think this is the end of your odor, though. Okay, that head keeps coming up and he keeps looking. I think he's running out.
Work back this way.
Yeah. Watch him. Yeah, I think he's out. Let's get him back up on this side. What I want you to do is keep him on a short lead and walk him up here to the point where he started peeling off down this direction. Watch him. Watch him. Let him have the leash. He smells you. No, just stay. You don't need to walk away. Just stay where you're at. When you walk away, you actually put him kind of in prey mode. Let's get him up here a little bit further. This is about where we crossed out of, isn't it? Right here, yeah. Okay, this is the back track right here. This is where we came out. But what we want to do, my guess is the trail's probably up here a little bit further. So let's just watch him.
Okay.
He'll tell you if it is. Yep, that's it, right there. So you see why he did that is that wind is strong on our back. It blew the scent down, shit, 50 yards.
An example of how far wind can blow scent down a road, and the dog can actually have odor on a road crossing. It's why it's so important to be patient and let them try to work this out on their own. This is a very hot day with lots of thermals and lots of wind. And the other thing to think about here is look at how the trail double backs on itself with only a short distance of about 30 yards between it. The wind was coming from the upper left to the right. This is why the dog kept looking off into the bushes and getting air scents of our subject. It was probably also an air scent of the trail that was just on the other side of the woods.
He's getting wind scent and trail right now. Watch him. Let that lead out. There you go, good job. Wind scent again. Wind scent again. And trail. Got contact odor on the brush. Okay, so that means he's been through here. It's not just wind scent he's following. This is some track odor. When we get over this sand, let's look for a good track. Yep, sure enough, look at that. So we're on his track. That's it right there. So we got 2 road crossings then. Well, maybe not. Might need to go in there with him if he goes far. That looks good. That's it right there. So Taro, tell me what happened here in the corner. Look back there and tell me what happened. Sun, heat radiating. It's not a clean track anymore. Ooh, another air scent. Another air scent. Another air scent. Yeah, he's using that elevation. Look for tracks. Good spot for tracks. Yeah, got a good boot print right there. Okay, so we're breaking out into another sunny spot where those thermals are going to be up and running hot. Ooh, nice. Ooh, contact odor. Just drop the leash and pick it up on the other side. This is a pocket. Good job. Just use the leash. Try not to pull on him. This is a problem he needs to work through. For whatever reason, something happened here, okay? It's kind of like that last little section that you were in. Follow him? Is he still pulling? Yep. This is kind of where you got to trail by braille. Ow! Watch out for this, guys. What are you doing? Okay, there you go. Got a good boot print right there. Look at that. Right here too. He's doing beautifully. Just drop the leash and come up here quickly. There you go. He's looking for a place to hunker down. Your subject is. Those are sharp. Okay, you gotta really watch this lead when he comes back, because every time that happens, you take him off the scent, take him off his game. Use the leash, don't pull. Where'd he go? Get to work. Let him have a leash. Okay, he's starting to get tired, so we're gonna have to. You're gonna have to get your boots squared away a little bit better. Okay, don't pull. Why do you keep pulling? You don't know if the trail's there, right? Okay, so there's no reason to pull him. He could have followed blown odor down here. It could be the track. We just don't know yet. Leave that. Get to work. Let him have all the leash. And let's just see what he does. Whenever you get into these hot, bright, sunny spots like this, you're going to have a lot of places where the scent is going to blow, but you may not have a track. And I think that's what this is. If anything, it might be up here a little bit. Let's watch what he does when he gets to this corner. But we got to be careful with this bright sun. Bright sun. Oh, there you go. That's it right there. You see it? That's it. Good job. Okay. We're back on it. The problem is that bright sun has a tendency to blow that scent down alleyways like that, especially if it's smooth with concrete. Right there. What was that? Oh. Almost sounded like a dog bark. Use that leash. Don't walk. There you go. You're getting some good wind scent from over here. My guess is the wind scent. Your guys to the right. This isn't trail, it's all wind scent, but you got to follow it. Just remember where you had the trail. Okay, it's gone. It's done. Whatever it was is missing now. You got to be careful here because that was wind scent that dragged you in here. Okay? The trail is probably up here still, so we got to watch him. Oh, he's just got it again. See it? So it's over here. My guess is the trail is up here still, but the wind scent is sucking in here because of this turn. Try not to pull on the leash. It's really important that when you get into these problems where the dog's trying to work something out, that you don't put pressure on the lead backwards. Okay, now that tail's starting to drop. That might be something else. Come on.
Leave it, get to work.
Let's go over here. Come on up here. Let's see if we can pick this up back out here. See how the wind is sucking right down in here? My guess is he went right back this way. Just let him have the leash. He's getting tired. Pick up that leash on the other side. He's getting wind scent right there too. Don't like how the tail's dropping so much with that. But let's pay attention and just see what it is. He could be off on a distraction. No, he's not. Watch him. Follow him. Wait a second. Yeah, follow him. Go. Wait a second. That may be deer. Leave that. Get to work. Leave it.
Leave it. Get to work.
Leave that.
Clued me in that this is probably a distraction was the simple fact that the tail dropped so hard and the body language reaction was so severe when the dog switched. What threw me for a loop was when the tail went back to trailing behavior, and then the dog looked normal. I was convinced it was a distraction when the dog did another severe body language change and plugged its nose and dropped its tail once more on the cement. That's when I knew it was a distraction. When you're in the moment, it's hard to know exactly what's going on. That's why video is so important. So let's break it down one more time in slow motion. I think the distraction actually began a little bit in the woods. Even though our trail was there, I think the distraction started there also. But watch what happens here. The tail's dropped all the way. The dog is pausing in this particular area and begins to head pop to the right. We're going super slow speed, 25% of normal, but you can see the body language better here. The dog is very, very slow, very deliberate, and almost creeping to a certain extent compared to what it was doing before. But the biggest clue here for me is the tail set. In the total circumstances here, it's easy to see now that we've looked it over. But when I was in the moment, it was kind of questionable because to me at the time, the dog was going back and forth from perhaps trail to possibly distraction. I had to see it a couple times in a row to be absolutely convinced it was a distraction. Everything happening here is different than what the trailing was. And the problem that we had that we just didn't know about was that right before we got here, 3 deer had crossed the road. Our subject is just down past that turn. He's watching everything that's happening. The wind's no longer in the dog's favor, so the dog can't detect him at this particular angle. But literally 2 minutes before we got to this point, 3 deer had come out and crossed the road. This is what the dog detected and started following. He knows better, but the problem was I allowed it too long, and so he started to follow. This is why it's so important to be able to catch distractions quickly and correct the dog. This one was a little bit slow on my part, and I didn't catch it until it was a little bit too late. In hindsight, I needed to correct back when we first started seeing this behavior right here. Pausing, plugging the nose, and dropping that tail real hard.
Leave it.
I think that's deer. Just jumped out of here. Come on, bud. Let's get him back over here. You didn't tell him to do 2 road crossings, right? Yeah. That was too big of a change of body language. Don't let him follow that again. Don't let him follow that again. Let's bring him down over here a little bit more and let him have the leash. There we go. Let me see him. Come on, bud. Leave that. Leave that. Okay, we may be done, folks. Come on. Where'd you go? Get to work. Should have brought water with us. This is a long ass track. Sure it was only 600 yards? Huh? Oh, did he? Okay, so the question is was it the deer that dragged us in there too? Or do we have a track? He just wind scented something up here again. And I'm hesitant to keep working because he's really starting to slack off. There's something right here. I just think we're close, you know? I think he went down there to look for a place to hide and then decided on this. We're close. Real close. Get to work. Leave that. Okay, we're in a scent pool in here.
This map overview of this particular zoomed in location shows why the dog was doing the circling behavior. This is where the scent pool had collected from the subject. It went out about 80, 90 yards and collected in an area that was about 50 yards wide. It was important that the dog be able to work this as free as possible.
He's pulling hard. You're close. Wow, what a great trail that was.